Hello, this is William Bowman. I'm making this video for Mr. Matthew Martinez. I spoke with Naomi on the phone and she figured that I could go ahead and send this video over. So I want to explain what exactly I found on your site and show you what you can change in order to start getting better results digitally. So in order to do that, I want to explain some things so that you will have an understanding of how to implement these changes and be able to tell when the changes are actually working because, honestly, what we're after here is results, right? So I'll be covering the volume of clients looking for your services in your specific area, what your top competitor is doing to win that volume currently, and the things that you can do this exact moment on your site to start winning those clients in the future. So to pop in, I just want to go ahead and cover your site. I do like your site. I really do like the fact that you went with a Google site. Those are really good sites to be made. I like that you have pictures here associated with the work that you've done in the past. And your business hours and your contact information. One thing that I would know is for your page, I would recommend having just having more content here on the front page. The reason being is because Google considers content to be king, right? And you don't want to just put any content. You want to have keywords sprinkled in there. So on average, you want 1,000 to 1,500 words on any page that you want to rank on Google. And of those 1,000 and 1,500 words, you want to sprinkle in what we call keywords, 5 to 6 times per keyword. So what are keywords? Well, keywords are simply just what somebody would throw into Google in order to find your services. So if we did Tree Services San Antonio and threw that in, the first thing that we're going to see is these ads. I'm glad to see that your company's not here paying for these because a lot of people will actually just skip past the ads. So then I want to talk about the Google Map Pack. So the Google Map Pack is the next section. This actually is a good section to be in. I would recommend that if you don't have your GMB set up, this is Google My Business, you go over there, set up your name with the GMB, your location, and it gives you a free area to get reviews, and it actually helps you with your ranking as well. So definitely go ahead and go do that if you haven't. Finally, we reach the organic search section. So this is just simply what is found here is what is based off of these keywords specifically. You cannot pay to be here. It depends on how well you rank your site based on Google's algorithm. So let's go and talk about your top competitor here, SanAntonioTreeSurgeons.com. So I came over to their website and you see here, I don't want to go into depth regarding their site. I'd rather show you what's underneath the hood. But I do want to note here that you can easily see that they have quite a bit of content. And that content is really, really important. And you'll see why here as we pop in. So I'll pop over here and we'll see that they have, all these numbers. But the one that I want you to focus on first here, organic traffic. They're getting on average, 694 people every single month coming to their site. So that is a lot of potential customers that are going to be buying their services. So let's see what do these mean in order to get this, right? What are they doing right? So your UR 31, that's from a 0 to 100 rank. The DR is also from a 0 to 100 rank. So the UR is your URL rating. The DR is your domain rating. So a URL rating is like the trustworthiness of your site. So a 31 is actually a fair number, especially for them being ranked number 1. I've seen it for number 1 ranked in a city like San Antonio, anywhere between 35 to 40. Now a DR, this is your domain rating. It's like the power of your site or the reputation of your site. So this is actually very surprising that they only have a 2.9. I would definitely have expected that first position in San Antonio, which has a good population, would have a DR more along the lines of, anywhere between 15 to all the way up to 35 because of how broad the population is. But let's talk about how do we raise these numbers so that we get a higher position on the Google search. Well, we do that through the utilization of backlinks. But what exactly is a backlink? So a backlink, imagine if I'm like writing a blog and I say, Quick Cuts Plus, they are the best in town, go use them. And I put a link to your site. Well, that's an example of a backlink. Now, I do want to emphasize here that it is important for you to have quality backlinks instead of quantity. I have seen 10 or 15 backlinks beat 1,000 backlinks. And because their DR is so low, I'm guessing that they probably have a lot of bad backlinks in here, but they must have some good ones because their URL rating has gone up. So they have an average of 66 different sites, sending them a total of 908 backlinks. But what specifically are they doing? What keywords are they ranking for in order to get them, this kind of traffic? Let's jump into the volume of the keywords they're ranking on. So if we come down here, we're going to see tree service San Antonio. This is the exact keyword search. And on average, 2,500 people are searching that every single month. They're ranked position 1 for that. If we go down, San Antonio tree surgeons, 150 people on average, but that's too specific, right? Somebody who searches that already knows that they want to use San Antonio tree surgeons. It's the name of the company. So I wouldn't focus too much on those. I would focus on what we call buyer intent words. Tree trimming San Antonio, Texas. That's somebody who doesn't know a company that's looking for a service. 100 people on average search that a month. When we start moving through these, we start realizing that there is quite a bit of volume just in San Antonio of people looking for these services. But let's see exactly where you guys are ranking up, so that you can start getting some of this volume. When we look over, we're seeing that your site doesn't really have any data yet. I'm assuming that this is because your site is pretty brand new. Considering you're using a Google site, I would guess that the site is less than a month or 2 old. And it looks like you're only ranking for one keyword, which means that Google search crawlers have already checked your site and they already have checked for keywords. And it looks like the only keyword they found was quick cuts hours. So definitely, if I'm going to recommend anything, the first thing is content. Get that content on the page, repeat those keywords 5 to 6 times. Next, if you don't have your GMB, definitely go and get your GMB so you can be in this map area. And third, start working on getting those quality backlinks from quality sites with high UR and high DR. That way you can start getting these numbers up and you can start ranking higher for your keywords so that you can take advantage of that volume. But I hope this information was useful to you. If you could please provide me some feedback on whether or not it was easy for you to implement, or if you have any other questions. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope you have a great night.